Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Caitlin, and today I'm just going to quickly show you what curriculum I have picked for my kids for the 2021-2022 school year. And if you have watched my other videos, you will be really familiar with this because we are sticking to pretty much the same thing we've done the last 2 years. This is our third year homeschooling. I have a second grader, and I'll also have a kindergartner that will be starting homeschool with us this year. So I'm just going to show you what I've picked out for this year. So like with the past 2 years, we will be continuing with classical conversations. And if you're not familiar with classical conversations, I have made multiple videos showing how it works and how I do it with my kids and how I organize it and all that kind of stuff. And I can link to that so you can check that out further. But basically, classical conversations is a curriculum that runs in 3 cycles. So every 3 years you repeat it. We'll be doing cycle 1. So we did cycle 2 our first year, cycle 3 last year, cycle 1 this year. Next year we'll be back to cycle 2. So we're doing cycle 1 this year, and we meet with the community here locally. And during our community day, the kids do some fine arts, they do science experiments, they work on presentations, and then it covers history and science and geography and Latin and math, English. So it really covers a very wide variety of subjects and pretty much covers almost everything. The only things you have to add in is a language arts program and a math program. So it's not quite comprehensive enough in those 2 areas to count. So those are required to supplement. And then of course you can do anything on top of that you want to, but I'm gonna show you that in just a second. So anyway, this is our main curriculum. Then, just like with past years, we will be continuing with Logic of English. I absolutely love the Logic of English program. I have been blown away with how well my oldest reads. He was reading fluently halfway through 1st grade, and I attribute that to this program. It is incredible. So he will be moving on to Foundations D. That's the last level in their Foundations tier, and then they move on to another tier called Essentials later, but he will be doing Foundations D. And then my kindergartner, I'll be starting him with Foundations A, and he will probably finish that in the first half of the year and then move on to Foundations B. That is how my oldest did. He did A and B in his kindergarten year, and I'm pretty confident my second one will as well, because he has already picked up a lot of it just from watching his older brother and listening. So they'll both be doing Logic of English. That is a fantastic program. I have review videos on that, on several, multiple levels and that kind of stuff that I'll link, so you can check that out further if you want to know more about Logic of English. And then for math, we are sticking with our beloved RightStart Math. So my oldest will be in level C, which is their version of 2nd grade math, and then my kindergartner will be in level A. And so, as with Logic of English, I have multiple videos reviewing them, showing how, sample lessons, all that kind of stuff. Both of these programs are fantastic. I've been really thrilled with them. They are just, I don't know, my kids like picking up their reading and then also their number sense from the 2 programs. It just blows me away. So super happy with both of those programs, and no plans to change that. So we're just continuing on with both of those. As far as history and science goes, I am not adding in any additional curriculum this year. Last year, I added in a history curriculum, Not Grass's Our Star-Spangled Story, which I'll link to information about that. It went along with what we were learning in classical conversations history that year. My kids love history, and so I chose to add that in, even though that's not needed. Classical conversations is enough. However, this year I decided not to do that again, not because I didn't like Not Grass. Not Grass was wonderful, and we liked their curriculum, but 2 reasons. One is this is my first year homeschooling 2 kids, and so I know that's going to be a new experience, trying to, figure out how to do both of them and, help them both with their different curriculums, that kind of stuff, and I don't want to add more to my plate. Also, this guy got a newborn, he's a month old, and this is gonna be, that kind of adds another layer. I've got my 2 who I homeschool, and then I have a 2.5-year-old, and she is, in the middle of everything, and now have a newborn on top of that. And so I just wanted to give myself lots of grace this year and lots try to make it a very calm, simple year. So we will add in other supplemental things in other years. And this year we can add in things as we go, but I'm not starting out the year with like, this is our history curriculum, we're gonna go through this whole thing, anything like that. So I have purchased some books that will kind of go along with our classical conversations history topics and our classical conversations science topics. And so as those things come up, we can read those supplemental books. We'll check out books from the library. We'll do that kind of thing as it fits, but we're not having like a set curriculum. The only thing in addition to what I've already shown you is what we do for Bible. And again, that's actually not a set curriculum either. We just do a couple different things consistently. So I have this devotional book, How Great Is Our God? We read through the first one, which is called Indescribable, and now we're reading through the second one. And it's just a short devotional every day that kind of has a science focus, which I really like, especially since we don't have a separate science curriculum. So it's just adding a little bit more science into our day. So we read our devotional. My kids, our church, we have this, we use this Shaping Hearts Bible curriculum. And at the end of each quarter, the teachers send us home with the kids. And so what we did last year is sometimes the teachers would send home at the beginning of the quarter and we would follow along as they were doing the stuff at church. And sometimes they send it home at the end of the quarter. And so we would just pick it up and go through it kind of as a review. So I have 2 of those booklets here that they have done recently. And so we will just work through those. And it has like daily Bible readings and it has questions and that kind of stuff. And so we kind of use that. There is a Bible curriculum that I'm really interested in. It's called Bible Study Guide. It looks amazing. I know tons of people love it. And I would at some point like to add that in, but I decided not to start the year off with that. I think we're gonna have enough going on with trying to, figure out our schedule with 2 kids, learning at the same time, and having the baby and all that kind of stuff. So I didn't add that in. We may pick it up later on in the year because it really is a fantastic program, but I'm just, like I said, trying to keep things simple. So, and then we have our memory work. This is a Charlotte Mason type memory box that we use for our memory work. And so we'll do that as well. And that's kind of our Bible curriculum every day is the devotional and then the Bible study and then working on our memory work. And that's good. That's good for my kids, in their ages. So that's it. Like I said, really simple. Nothing different this year, really. So that's all. I'm really excited about this year. A little apprehensive because lots of new moving pieces going into it, and it'll be fine. I know it's going to be good. I'm just kind of interested to see how it all plays out. So anyway, that's all. All right. Bye, guys.